stream is going to be, the quality of the stream is going to be exactly what I want it to be in terms of the audio and the video, because the compression of the video takes up a tremendous amount of, say, CPU on your computer, takes up a tremendous amount of the bandwidth, and being able to send these signals, these video signals, in these various platforms really eat up a tremendous amount of quality bandwidth, and so you need a lot of this CPU and memory and, again, internet bandwidth to be able to do this. So what does this have to do with politics and Donald Trump and streaming? Well, it has a lot to do with it. Number one is that I believe that this is the future in being able to broadcast, whether it's any kind of, say, political or business information, and to be able to broadcast it into multi-platforms. Again, I'm just saying out loud, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And to be able to do it successfully, where your technology is actually being able to produce this information, where others are able to and willing to watch and listen. So, in terms of, say, Donald Trump in politics, what I'm hoping, of course, is that the Donald will be able to, when he gets into the White House, will be able to stream all of his information in terms of not just his statements, and maybe he might do another press conference, who knows, but also the administration, their material on, again, these various platforms. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? You know, let's say you have the Department of Transportation and they're having a hearing or some of that nature, or his press secretary wants to get information, or the communications director wants to get information out, so that those people interested don't have to just go and look at it on C-SPAN. But this is information that they can be able to speak over live. And we can be able to receive this information into our own social media streams of choice, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, again, Google+, and we can actually be able to communicate by typing in our own responses for their own individual issues. So again, I'm presenting this, let's just say, I mentioned Department of Transportation. Let's say that in terms of the administration, the Department of Transportation is trying to pass legislation that it is proposing, and it wants to get feedback anywhere in the country to be able to see what the positions might be for those people who are viewing this information into the individual streams or social media. Well, this is a great platform for that. This is a great, and just an enormous potential to be able to get this information out to those people who maybe are requesting the information in advance, or requesting the information as it is being fed to them. You know, so like you can actually say, send me any information that you have dealing with, say, the Department of Transportation, and I like to receive it in Facebook on stream, and I want you to send me a notification of this information. And so you go to Facebook and you actually can see that content that is being sent out by, let's say, the Trump administration. And if the Trump administration is so willing to be able to receive feedback from all of the players involved, whether the players are lobbyists or government officials, or just the average individuals, sitting at their computers trying to make government work. And so with the advent of online streaming, just think of the potential that is out there for citizen government. Put aside the politics for a second. Just think about what you're able to do in terms of really being involved. In terms of keeping up with legislation, policy positions, whatever it may be. And that you can actually receive the information not just at your desktop, which is where I am right now, using my computer, desktop, streaming on Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube. But to be able to do it by watching, your information on your tablet, or the information, say, on your phone, and to be able to communicate directly back to others who are watching and participating, and to government, to the administration, or let's just say, in terms of, having the same information, but is being fed to you by, say, your congressperson or your senator, and having their input on this information that is being sent, and their streaming to you as an adjunct of the information flow. So I think this is just an incredible way, in my opinion, an incredible way to be able to actually get people involved in government, for the administration to be able to communicate easily and cheaply and inexpensively to an incredible audience of tens of thousands at any single time, in getting out the message. The Trump campaign did this very successfully. When they had their rallies, you could go to YouTube, you could go to Facebook Live. I never did see it on Twitter, but you could actually watch it live. And that was, in terms of the multi-stream, being able to get that audience out there. That's something that I will say that I didn't see from the Clinton campaign at all. I think they were successful at times to be able to get out on YouTube. I don't recall ever seeing it on Facebook, and I certainly don't recall it ever seeing a live stream on Twitter. But this is the administration, the Trump administration, being able to do this with all of the different departments and agencies of government, of federal government. And to be able to do it just like they were able to put together powerful campaign of information. Obviously, Donald Trump has been able to use, and I think, quite frankly, abuse Twitter in terms of 140 characters and get his message out. When I say abuse it, meaning, to get things out, to, get around media, sure, that's fine. But abuse it because 140 carats is such a small number of bits of information. And so when he gets it out there, you really don't know what he's saying. And you can guess and then argue, with others online in terms of what he is saying, but you really don't know because the message is so short. And then you get into all these debates over what he's saying. Well, yeah, that's great. But now he can do that in live stream. Now he can get the message out by just sitting on his phone and saying what he wants to say. Instead of just instead of 140 carats. I mean, 140 carats is great if you're trying to send out a cryptic message, but it doesn't do much if you're really trying to communicate. Not really. So I think that we have a great opportunity with the incoming administration, with the incoming Congress, to be able to really extend the envelope of communications with online streaming and simulcasting as never before. And I'd like to get your feedback in terms of what might be out there. What do you think we can do using social media? So, these things, it's very exciting. I think it's very exciting. You never can tell exactly where we're going to be going with this communications in year 2017. The truth of the matter is we just don't know, and it really depends upon government, and it depends upon people like myself in this case doing this and experimenting and seeing how far we can go with it, and then getting your feedback also and trying to see, okay, does this work? No. Okay, well, what works with you? What are you doing that might make it work better, so we can send this digital information outward and improve upon it? So I'm going to end this message now. I appreciate this, and please share it, because this is an experiment. This is an experiment in the moment where, again, being able to multi-stream on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, using Periscope in terms of Twitter, and send out a message and try to get some feedback from our audience. This gives us a great, wonderful, incredible opportunity to be able to get more, feedback from your Facebook friends, from your Twitter contacts, from your YouTube followers, your Twitter followers, and to be able to socialize and to get information about other technologies that are out there that you might be able to use. It's not just the technologies, I might say, it's also the information. To be able to share the information with your friends, your followers, and to really just make it happen in this 2017. I'm really excited about what the capacity of what we're able to do with what we have currently, whether it's politics or government or technology or any message that we're trying to get out there. And not just to do it in terms of being able to type it out, but to say it and to express it and to broadcast this information. So I really would love to get your feedback. I apologize for if there's any technology interferences, if the audio is not as say as vivid, video not as vivid, and if the message is not as coherent, because this is a test. It's a test. I want to see, if the settings I've put together, if they work. So please bear with me. I really appreciate your taking your time and helping me with this. And I'd love to get your feedback. So I'm going to end the broadcast right now, and please share it out with others, because I would love to get their feedback. So I'm ending the broadcast right now, and on Periscope and on Twitter. Thank you, and I'm now going to end broadcast.